All right, graphite. First one I'm going to do is the graphite rubbing. So, as always, I've got my white. I'm going to take my black at the other end. I'm taking my ebony graphite pencil, which is really dark. A 6B, the softest, darkest one you have. And don't fool around. Again, using this sort of on its side rather than a point. Covering the whole surface with some graphite. Remember to clean your hands between materials, charcoal and the graphite, so you don't mix them. So that's pretty good. Rub it down. You can see that this is what a black and a graphite will look like, which is very different than a black with a charcoal. It has a steely gray sheen to it. So there's my black, there's my white. Once again, if you want, you can do your light gray. I have some graphite already on my finger because I rubbed the last one. That's a pretty good light gray. Doesn't take very much. And again, if I want to clean up the white half, cover up the light gray, use your eraser, take it away, have a nice line. I'm going to go back to the darker area, next one. And, these are all pretty much the same. I'm starting pencil on its side, using the 6B again, put some graphite down, rub it down. I can probably get a little darker than that. Sometimes, like I can see the black one doesn't look quite as black because I'm rubbing it. I'm using it to rub down this one. I can always make this one blacker after. So I'm not too worried about that. I'll put a little bit more of this down, rub it in. That's a pretty good jump from this one to that one. I have the light one. I'm going to do my next one. A little bit less that I'm putting down. Pencil on its side. I'm not using a lot of pressure here. Just a light coating. And then rubbing it. That looks pretty good. Again, from here to here, from here to here. I might want to bump it just a little bit more. And now I've got two more. So I'm going to go to the next one. This one, remember, I just used rubbing the graphite that was already on my finger. So for this one, I'm putting a little bit down, and now I'm rubbing with my finger. So I have a little bit more graphite on that one. I don't want to go a whole lot darker, but I might just add just a tinge, a little bit more, very lightly. That's pretty good, because I've got to get now something in between here. It's always proving to be the toughest one, isn't it? That's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to start with some graphite. And I'm going to rub this in. And I can see that's nice and light, but look, now this is lighter than this one. So what I might have to do with this one is take out some of that graphite. That might be a bit too much of a jump. I'm just using a piece of tissue paper, or paper towel, and seeing if I can rub some off, just like that. Before I use an eraser. And let's see, I might make this one just a hair darker. And then, of course, I'm going to have to make this one a little bit darker. If you're just doing like a 5-step, I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 step. The more steps you have, it is harder, but you do learn a lot. So 5-step, 7-step, it's fine, either one. Just practice. And this one might need to be just a hair lighter. I think I'm gonna try to do that. So I'm going to use my very dirty eraser on its side, not its point again, and just lightly run this eraser back and forth and around a little bit. It's kind of uneven, so I'm going to use it a little bit more on its point. That looks pretty good. And I've still got a nice jump between these two. This gives me a little bit more space to rub this one down. That looks pretty good. Now this to this one. And that's pretty good. I think I'll call it a day on that one. So that's graphite rubbing.